What's happening, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com. Coming back to you with another. We are live right now on YouTube. We're live right now on TikTok and Instagram. And I want to come to you guys to do some live Q&A. Anything you want to ask me related to selling on eBay, reselling in general, Amazon FBA, reselling books, DVDs, board games, video games, electronics, could even be clothing on eBay. Anything you guys want to ask me, I'm here to answer questions and add value. To give a little bit of an update about the status of my reselling business I guess I'll take a step back. For anyone who doesn't know me, I've been reselling on eBay and Amazon for about 9 years now. I quit my job working at the Cracker Barrel. I was delivering pizzas. I had worked at Toys R Us, at Namco, which is a pool supply store. I did a lot of crappy jobs, and, I discovered reselling and flipping on eBay and Amazon back in about 2013, 2014. And I started flipping bicycles on Craigslist, moved into selling clothing on eBay, which I was doing around $5,000 to $6,000 a month full time for about 4 or 5 years. Then I transitioned into Amazon FBA. I still sell on eBay, but right now I'm mostly Amazon FBA. And right now I've sold a little over 750 items on Amazon FBA in the last 30 days. And that comes to about $29,000 in sales. So my business has been growing rapidly. I sell a lot of books, board games, video games. I sell electronics. I sell all types of items. But right now, my main focus in my reselling business is media items, books, board games, DVDs, CDs, video games, items like that. So I'm going to start answering questions. If you guys see me looking this way, it's because I'm saying what's up to TikTok and answering questions. We got 193 people live on TikTok now. If I'm looking forward, that's YouTube. And if I'm looking to the right, I'm giving love to my brothers and mothers over on Instagram. So let me shout out some people on Instagram. We got Pinarillo Ryder in the house. JD Lack 43 coming in. We got Evelyn on YouTube. It looks like we got Wicked Berg coming in. MZ Miscellaneous, Tony Resells coming in. We got Smokey 9 on TikTok. We got Shanana. We got My Funny, I don't know how to pronounce that, in the house. Let's see who else we have over here on TikTok. Looks like there's not a ton of comments coming in over there, but what's up, Rich? What's up, Linda? Linda's asking, how old were you when you started? So I'm 35 years old right now. So I started when I was, about 26, 27? And I've been documenting my whole journey on YouTube. So there's a lot of fly-by-day, leave-by-night type of people on social media who are trying to teach you how to do things to make money. And it's like, maybe they learned about it a couple weeks ago, or they're just trying to sell you a course. I've been doing this for 9 years. I helped my mom to retire doing this. She does around $3,000 to $5,000 a month, makes around $1,000 to $2,000 a month profit doing this. I'm earning a little over $8,000 profit right now. It's probably close to 10 grand profit. I am putting a lot of my profits back into my business because my goal is to hit 40K per month by the end of the year. And honestly, guys, I'm going to smoke past that. I mean, my business has just been really, really growing. So I want to be able to add value, help you guys out, and answer some questions. So we got Tone Morris in the house saying, yo, Unky Steve, bada bing, bada boom. What up, Tone Morris? On YouTube, ES1776 is asking or saying, I'm new to this. Have you made a video detailing step-by-step the process from acquiring a product, a book or whatever, to shipping it to Amazon? So yes, I have a free workshop, 100% free. It's not trying to sell you a course or anything. You can go to rakeandprofit.com/workshop. And that's a free 5-day workshop. It's over 5 hours. It'll walk you through how to sign up for an account, how to find items, how to list items, how to ship items. Literally, I brought a student to my house, had my videographer come over, paid him a bunch of money, got it edited full quality, and it's a bunch of really high quality content. So definitely come check that out. I will put a link over here on YouTube, rakeandprofit.com/workshop, and you guys can definitely download that. What's going on, Stephanie on Instagram? Great to see you. Sniper 10G is asking, break down that 40K profit resale, YouTube, etc. So when I'm telling you guys, I have a goal of hitting $40,000 a month with about a 35% profit margin. I'm only talking about Amazon. I have real estate businesses, multifamily properties. I still make money with Kindle publishing. I make money with Google AdSense. I do have some courses and I make money with affiliate marketing. I'm not talking about any of that, guys. When I say 40 grand a month, because that's a really great question. You'll have people say, I want to make 40 grand a month, and they're making 20K a month off YouTube, right? That's 100% Amazon FBA, selling books, board games, DVDs, CDs, video games, some used electronics, so on and so forth. So that's 100% Amazon Sniper 10G. We got somebody on TikTok asking, what is the best app to use when you're at a thrift store, et cetera, to determine value? So when you're first getting started, I would just download the Amazon Seller app. That's 100% free. You will need to go to Amazon Seller Central and sign up for an account, put in your bank information. You could just sign up for a free individual account at first, then down the road, you can sign up for the professional account. But I would just start with the Amazon Seller app. Keep your expenses low. The app that I use when I'm out scanning, there's 3 apps I use now. It used to be 2. The Amazon Seller app, because I always double check all my work with that. Scout IQ if you're doing books, and then Seller Amp number 3, because I like to see how many sales are coming in each and every month. Whereas with Scout IQ, it's giving you how many sales over a 6-month period. So I would just start with the Amazon Seller app and go from there. We got Angel on YouTube asking, how should I go about sourcing books on eBay to then resell on Amazon? Well, the best way to go about it, I have a ton of different strategies, but the best way that you can start buying items to flip on Amazon FBA from eBay is just to go over your sales. If you're selling on Amazon right now, put a 1 in the comments if you're currently selling on Amazon. One of the best things to do is just go through your previous items that you've sold on Amazon over the last 6 months, and you could download an entire report, and then you can filter that report to show you only items that you've sold for maybe $30 or $40 or more. Then go to eBay and try to reverse source it. As a general rule of thumb, you want to reverse source it for about 3 times as less than what you paid. So let's just say, less than what you sold. So let's just say you sold an item on Amazon for $90. Maybe it was a book or a DVD or whatnot. Go on eBay and try to source it for $30. That'll guarantee really high margins. Depending on what your margins are and what you're willing to invest, you could probably go up to $50, $55 if you're okay with a 30% margin on the item. But if you're looking to flip items from eBay to Amazon and really have a solid 70 to 100% ROI, which I do a lot of times with items that I source off eBay, just build a whole entire list. And every time you sell an item, add it to a spreadsheet. And then over time, you'll just constantly be sourcing those items off of eBay. Don't forget Facebook Marketplace. Don't forget Mercari. Don't forget Poshmark. Depending on what you're sourcing, these items can be found on all different types of platforms. DP on TikTok is asking, have you thought about transitioning to replenishable OA products versus books? So a lot of my products are replenishable right now. I sell a ton of DVDs. I'm starting to get a little bit more into CDs. I sell a lot of video games and board games, not a ton of video games, but mostly media and books and stuff like that. We have a lot of replenishables. Now, we don't go super deep. Who here follows like Flip for Miles or Warner Fields of Profit? They go a lot deeper than me. Like sometimes they'll buy 30, 40, 50, maybe a couple hundred of an item. I'm buying more like not long tail, but like discontinued items that aren't like as popular. So I'm only buying 1 or 2 at a time. But once I sell one, we have a list of right now we have a list of over 2,000 items that we're constantly on the lookout for to replenish. So, I'm definitely open to going more of like the Nike, Adidas, Lego route and go a bit deeper into products. But right now I'm having a lot of success with what I'm doing. We got Amazon Guy 6 on Instagram asking, how do we prepare ourselves for Q4? In which category should we invest more? I would go after products that are really popular. So during Q4, what are people shopping for? Electronics. They're shopping for toys, board games. Just think about what are the most popular items that people are looking for. And what I would probably do is do some research on the software Seller Amp. Okay. If you go to rakeandprofit.com/Seller Amp, I'll put that in the YouTube comments right now, rakeandprofit.com/Seller Amp. You can get a free 30-day trial. And the reason I recommend this is because you want to start storefront stalking your competition, storefront stalking. So what does that mean? Start to accumulate a list of Amazon sellers who are doing what you want to do. Maybe they're online arbitrage sellers. Maybe you sell an item and you're like, wow, they're on the listing too. Let's go spy on the competition. You can use selleramp.com to essentially reverse source other sellers and spy on all the products your competition is selling. And then you can start reverse sourcing off of them. So I would go after toys, board games, video games, electronics. Those are popular, but start paying attention to who else is on the Amazon listings, and then use SellerAmp to be able to have the software pretty much pull all the data for you much quicker. Hope Arrington 51, easiest way to fix stranded items that were transferred to a different fulfillment sitter. What do you mean by that? Do you mean like it's stranded? Like you have to figure out what the reason is that it's stranded. Give me a little bit more details on that. But to be honest with you, I stink at fixing stranded inventory. I actually have a girl on my team who does it for about 10 hours a week, and she works her magic. So, I think what you're saying is they're not inactive. Yeah. So I'm assuming what you're saying is your inventory is shipped. It says it's active, but it's saying 0 inventory. Is that what you mean? Hope Arrington, let me know and I'll jump back to your question. Let's see. FBA is asking a question on TikTok. It sounds like it's easier to do US than UK. I watch Flip for Mile and I'm from UK. Seems like US is good. I believe the UK market is pretty large as well. I do believe that the Amazon warehouses in the United States are the largest, and I do believe that there are the most customers. Don't quote me on that. But I know there's a lot of resellers in the UK doing Amazon FBA. So I really don't know. I would definitely do some more research. Yeah, so if you go through my link over on SellerAmp, I believe it's a 30-day trial. Don't quote me on that. I thought it was a extended trial from 14 to 30, but I may be mistaken. Either way, you'll have at least 14 days. And I think if you do purchase through my link, I think there's a discount as well. I don't know if it's 10% off or something. If you check the link, you can see. Driven Dreamer on TikTok is asking, do I still sell on eBay? I do, but to be honest with you guys, I have a huge death pile that I'm that I'm just building up right now. I call it money in the bank. I still buy some items. I haven't been listing as much as I would like to on eBay just because I'm so busy with my Amazon business, but I still post a couple items from here and there, but definitely need to step up my game on eBay. Appreciate you, Rachel. So let me see if that comment came through. Made with Love by Elaine is asking, how long will Amazon hold your books till you sell them? So this is a great question. If you're selling on Amazon FBA, you're going to send all your inventory to the fulfillment sitters. And remember, every single month, you're going to get hit with a storage fee. After a certain period of time, they're going to hit you with long-term storage fees. And I forget when is the long-term storage fee hit with Amazon? With books, is it 9 months? I think it's 9 months. It used to be a year. It's always changing. But you definitely want to go into your Amazon reports, and you can actually filter your inventory based on inventory age. So for me personally, I like my items to sell within 60 days or less. I'm okay with it selling within 90 days, but the longer items sit in your inventory, the more issues you're going to have with cash flow, especially if you're doing online arbitrage. So anytime items get over 90 days, I'm really trying to get them out the door, even break even or a little profit, or maybe even a little bit of a loss. There are some new settings that I have to learn about with my repricer. Be cool. I'll put that in the comments for you guys as well, because a lot of people have been asking me about what repricer I use. Now, I know for a fact they are giving a 30-day free trial if you go through that link on YouTube. So you can check that out, rakeandprofit.com/becool. But they have a setting where you can start to reprice your inventory more aggressively after certain periods of time. So that's one thing that I definitely need to learn about. But in terms of how long Amazon will hold your inventory, I believe they'll hold it for as long as you want. You're just going to start getting hit with massive long-term storage fees after like 9 months or 12 months. I'm not sure exactly what it's changed to, and there are different fees like during Q4. So you have to be prepared for that. All right, let me go over to Instagram and answer some questions over here. We got Thrift School in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. What's up, Ashley? Let's see. Where can you get shipping supplies? eBay, if you're selling on eBay, they have some really great shipping supplies, low cost on boxes. I buy all my shipping tape off of Amazon.com in bulk. I get my boxes from Home Depot, sometimes Walmart, sometimes Lowe's. But a lot of the supplies I get, I just order off Amazon and just find the highest rated one. Gather and Create says, I recommend Profit Protector Pro for a repricer. I've never heard of that before. Gather and Create says, love your mom, Steve. She is such an inspiration. I appreciate that. Yeah, my mom's definitely, having a great time doing the books and reselling the books. It is a lot of work and it's a hustle, but she loves it. She used to just sit at home all day and watch Lifetime for Women. And, nothing wrong with that. There's definitely some good dramatic movies on that channel, but now she loves her business. Victoria is asking, hey, Steve, what do you do about invoices? Are you referring to getting ungated, or are you referring to if Amazon asks you for an invoice? If you're selling wholesale or you're doing online arbitrage from like retail stores or online stores, save all your receipts. Try to make sure they're itemized as best as possible or organized, because if Amazon calls your card, then you're going to have to submit that. I've never had them ask me for an invoice, and I've sold tens of thousands of items on Amazon over the last 9 years. I have scaled my business to a point where I am maybe a little bit worried if they do ask me for invoices, because I have invoices, but they're from eBay. Obviously, they're probably not going to take invoices from Goodwill and stuff. So for anyone who sells items that don't have legit invoices, it is definitely a risk selling on Amazon. Hey, we got Nicole Alvarnaz in the house. What's going on, Nicole? On YouTube says, I watched one of your videos 6 months ago, and I'm now able to quit both my jobs. No, it wasn't easy. Yes, it was a lot of work, but it is possible. Subscribing to Be Cool was a game changer. That is awesome, Nicole. Yeah, Nicole, I know you've been going at it for a while now, and it's really great to see you over here on YouTube. I think Nicole had come from TikTok originally. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's really fantastic news. I would love to hear more about your journey being able to quit both your jobs, and let me know what repricer are you using with Be Cool, because Be Cool is what I'm using, but they have an AI technology part of the repricer, or they have, I think, a repricer that starts at like 15 or 20. I am using the $100 a month plan because I want to use that AI sales booster. But yeah, Be Cool is a freaking game changer. My sales have been up 50% in the last month since I changed it. And it's crazy. Like, you could be doing something so inefficient for the longest time, and you just don't know what you don't know. And then you learn about a repricer like Be Cool, and it's a game changer. But if you're new and you don't have like many books or less than a couple hundred books, you guys don't have to worry about that. But if you have at least a couple hundred, 300-400 books or board games, DVDs, definitely get it. It'll make a big difference. What's up, John Stevenson on YouTube? And don't worry, TikTok and IG, I'm coming back to show you guys some love. John is asking, I have a question. How do you sell law books? How do you sell law books from a law firm? There's no SKU or barcode. They are Missouri 2D. They are bought new for $31K. So are you having a tough time finding the listing? Is that your question? If you can't find the listing there's no SKU or there's no barcode, you can try to use the Amazon seller app to scan the cover, or you can try to type the title into Amazon to find it that way. Sometimes there's no listings on certain items, like really specific books for like a certain like state or whatnot. Sometimes they're not that popular. So you might have to sell it on eBay or create your own listing from scratch. I never create listings. 99.9999% of the books or board games or DVDs or video games that I find, they already have a listing, because on Amazon, you're piggybacking on the listing. So if there's no listing there, I wouldn't buy the item most likely, unless there's like a ton of, sales on eBay. And then you could have a big opportunity to create your own listing on Amazon. But I don't buy any product where there's not already proof in the pudding. What do I mean by that? There's already a sales rank. I've already seen sales registering inside of Keepa. There's active sellers already on the listing. So I wouldn't waste my time with that. If there's no proof in the pudding, if it's selling like crazy on eBay, then bring it over, create your own listing. But otherwise, I would probably just pass on that. Oh, we got KT Treasures in the house. What's going on? We got Heather the Reseller. Oh, here's a good question. How would you go about selling a huge Pokemon collection my son accumulated? Where to start? Well, you can definitely list it on eBay. You can list it on Facebook Marketplace as well, but I'd be worried maybe about scams or having to meet people or people lowballing. So I'd probably just definitely do your research on what you have. If you have any holograms or anything old or rare and really great shape, put those aside. But you could sell them in lots on eBay and maybe just do it as an auction because there's so many people interested in it. It'll probably get bid up to fair value. I would assume you probably wouldn't get taken too bad on that. And yeah, like CMNT111 is saying in the comments, Google Lens is a great way to find to research items. I know he was pertaining to another question, but Google Lens is great as well. You can pull up other listings and stuff. FBA says, I'm ready with 2.4K. I'm just stalling for a year, learning, ready to pull the trigger, but I don't know. You guys got to just get started. I'm telling you right now, there's never going to be a perfect time to start selling on eBay or Amazon or really to start any business. Obviously we're talking about reselling. Don't worry about finding 50 items and then shipping out a shipment, a nice full box. Just pick up 3-4 items, learn how to send in your first Amazon shipment, learn how to list your first item on eBay. And once you start selling a couple items, you're going to catch the bug. You're going to build that momentum to keep going. Right now, you're just watching videos of other people doing it. And, with everybody selling courses and all these sketch balls out there, and there's a lot of great people out there. I'm not saying like everyone in this community is like that. Most people are really good, but the world we live in now, everybody's trying to make money and just say things to just get you to buy something. It's hard to believe that you actually make money doing this until you do it yourself. That's why I'm telling everyone, if you want to learn about selling Amazon, just go through my free 5-day workshop, rakeandprofit.com/workshop. Do it, go through it. It's free. List up some items, start making some sales, and you're going to realize for yourself. But if you're sitting on the sidelines this whole entire time, just waiting for the perfect moment, there's never going to be a perfect moment, guys. There's so many deals out there. What up, Storage Auction Pirate? What is happening? If you guys aren't following Storage Auction Pirate on YouTube and all social medias, you guys are missing out big time. Do you think needing invoices as a reseller is the start to cutting out the little man reseller? Well, are you talking about like going into wholesale or working with distributors? All I know is if you get ungated in categories like DVDs and CDs and certain brands like Fisher Price, or other gated categories, you definitely have a one-up or a leg up on the competition because most people won't go through a distributor and purchase 10 of an item, get the invoice and give it to Amazon to get ungated, which is pretty much the easiest way to get ungated right now. But having invoices is definitely huge. But again, if you're going to thrift stores or you're doing clean outs or, you're doing like the auctions, like you're doing in the, the different sales and stuff, you're not going to have an invoice. So, but having invoices is definitely beneficial. Not sure if that answered your question. How do you get ungated in DVDs and board games? I used Alliance Entertainment. I heard rumor around the street is christianbooks.com. Have you guys heard of that website? I believe you can get ungated with DVDs with them without having to hit that $1,000 minimum. So definitely check that out. Wicked Berg is saying, preparing shipments and watching your channel. Great stuff. Hey, big shout out to Wicked Berg. Appreciate you. Oh, look who we have. KT Treasures coming into the house. How's Maine going? We actually had the privilege to meet KT Treasures recently. I hosted a Connecticut thrifting meetup over the last couple of days, and they came out from Ohio to Connecticut, and we thrifted. Maybe had a couple adult beverages, had some fun, had breakfast, had dinner. It was fun. We had a private pick that we attended. And, you guys should definitely check out KT Treasures. Sabrina's asking, help us with shipping costs when listing items. It's not easy to figure out the best price or carrier when listing as a beginner. Well, there's different calculators you can use. You can go to UPS, USPS, just Google and calculator, and you could essentially just kind of guesstimate Now, I know that doesn't really help you if you're selling on eBay. So what I would do is just weigh your items out. And you can choose multiple options for a carrier and just have them price it based on the weight and dimension of the item. That's the best way that I would go about it. Yeah, Leslie says Christian Books works for DVD ungating. So that's a good tip for you. Shonen Pump says watching you before packing an Amazon FBA shipment, then time for deadlifts. I love it. I was going heavy with the dumbbell bench press this morning, so I still got a little bit of a pump right now, baby. The CT Thrift Meetup was awesome. Thank you so much. Let me go over to TikTok and answer some questions over here. Guideline procedures for sending and sewing patterns for FBA. Honestly, I have no idea. I've never sold sewing patterns, but maybe you can ask me more specific of a question. I think Jungle Scout, Seller Amp, and Keepa are the best tools to use together. Yeah, those are definitely awesome. I don't really have a need to use Jungle Scout right now because Keepa and Seller Amp gives me all the data, but Jungle Scout's definitely a great software. Letty Confetti on TikTok is asking, do you sell or recommend international, example, Canada? How is the exchange rate affected? I'm not sure what you mean. Like, are you asking if myself in the United States is selling on like, Mexican or Canadian Amazon website? I've never done that. I just sell on US. I know there are a lot of Canadian resellers. I know there's a lot of resellers in the UK. I've talked to some in France, but I really don't know the answer to that, unfortunately. So FBA on TikTok's asking how many sellers are too much and what return on investment do you look for? So it depends on how often the item is selling. If there's 40 or 50 sellers on a listing, but it's selling 2 to 3 to 4 to 5,000 times a month, that box is going to rotate and you're still going to get tons of sales. And it depends how deep you are on an item, what you're paying for an item. So it's really a tough question to ask. I could just speak for my own business. I do a lot of eBay and Amazon flips. We're typically looking for at least a 40% ROI. A lot of times they're 60, 70, 80% return on investment when we are, flipping items from eBay to Amazon. But a lot of times we only have one in inventory. And then when it sells, we replenish it because our items aren't turning over ridiculously fast. So my best advice is to definitely watch some videos on how to use Seller Amp, how to use Keepa. Because Keepa is so important to be able to determine how fast the item's selling, what's the history, what's the buy box price, how many sellers are on it, are the sellers increasing or decreasing? So it's really difficult to give just like a cookie cutter answer. Luckvin1 is asking, do you let customers bid for items or is it better to put a price without accepting offers? It really depends. If you're selling an item that you're not really sure of how much it's going to sell for on eBay, you could always start it off low with an auction versus just doing a static price or a buy it now. But it just depends on your knowledge, how long you want to wait. Are you willing to take a little bit less for that item? So it really depends on the item. Linda is asking, is Scoutly better than Scout IQ? I don't know if it's any better or not. A lot of people use Scoutly. A lot of people use Scout IQ. I use Scout IQ just because the founder is a friend of mine. I've been using it for years. He always updates it. He's a huge bookseller. He's a 7-figure bookseller. I don't know who runs Scoutly. I feel like the person who runs Scoutly is like mysterious, like they're behind the scenes, like nobody knows of them, who they are. Like, I think, right? Like, does anybody know who even owns Scoutly? So I like to support like local businesses, people that I know, friends of mine, and just other resellers. So that's why I use Scout IQ, and it's really good. Asalaz23 on YouTube is asking, hello, Steve. I'm averaging $700 to $1,000 a month with 250 listings from eBay. My goal is to triple that. Does that mean I have to double or triple my listings or list more high-end items? Thanks. So to answer your question, it can go both ways. And you have to keep into consideration, if you double your listings, but your quality is only 60% as good, you're not going to double your income. So if you want to be able to grow your overall revenue, the easiest way is to just, obviously list more items on eBay or ship more items to Amazon FBA with equal level of quality, right? Means they have a good turnover rate and there's a good profit margin built in. So let's just assume that, your items turn just as fast and with just as much profit in revenue as what you have now, making 700 to 1,000. If you double your listings, theoretically, you should double your, your profit or your revenue. A lot of times it doesn't scale perfectly. Usually it's like 80 or 90% of that. So usually I have to kind of like maybe 2.2x my inventory if I really want to double it, considering the same quality. Of course, you could list items with a higher ASP, average selling price, and you could increase your revenue. But, like I always say, it's all about sourcing, right? And it's all about listing more and shipping more, considering that the quality is just as good. So, in my business right now, I'm at about 29,000 in sales, and I have about I think around 1,300 active, maybe 1,400 active. It's hard to tell because it says I have 1,900 active, but there's so many that are bouncing around fulfillment centers now, and I'm dealing with some issues. But let's just say I have 1,300 that are actually active, available for sale, and I'm doing 2,900. If I want to get to 40,000, I'll probably have to get to like somewhere around, I'm assuming, if I'm at 13. So if I doubled it at 2,600, then I'd probably be around maybe 50-ish. So I don't know, maybe I need to get around like 2,000 or 2,200 in my inventory and just keep the same quality, keep the same ASP. So hopefully that helps. All right. We got John Crew coming in the house on YouTube. What's going on? Don't worry, TikTok and IG, I'm going to come back, show you guys some love. But John is asking, I'm at $19,000 in sales in 6 months on used books, and I want to take profits and start retail arbitrage or online arbitrage. Any advice on what to sell or where to start? Well, if you want to start taking profits, it's going to be really hard taking profits, transitioning into online arbitrage. That's one of my biggest struggles right now, because when you're buying books and stuff, your buy price and your cost of goods is just so low, and the profits are really high considering you're buying quality items. So I'm surprised right now you're not able to take any profits. So in 6 months you did 19,000. So that means you're doing what, like around like about $3,000 a month. So, you probably have to get your sales up a bit more. I'm sure you're able to take a little bit of profit, but it sounds like you're just reinvesting a lot back into inventory. It's tough to take profits within the first 6 to 12 months when you transition into online arbitrage. If you're trying to scale really quickly, like right now, I'm not taking any profits out of my business. I could start taking out $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month, but I want to scale as quick as possible. So if you're looking to get into online arbitrage because you want to take profits immediately, you're going to probably be in for a rude awakening, just because the cost of goods is so much higher than books and, items that you're going to find at a thrift store. For me, my average buy cost is between, 10 to 15 bucks. So right now we're spending, around 10 to maybe even close to $15,000 per month. That's why I'm not taking any money out of the business, because the sales are coming in, but then I'm pouring it back into inventory because I'm trying to grow it up to, 2,000 to 3,000 my inventory. Then once I get to around 40 to 50K, I'm going to slow down my buying and just maintain my inventory and start taking some profit that way. So in terms of what you could go after, I'm doing the eBay to Amazon flips. I know not a lot of people are doing that or talking about it. A lot of people, they buy off of Nike. Nike is like the biggest thing that Amazon sellers are sourcing online. Lego, Adidas, Reeboks. A lot of people are using Reseller to determine variations of shoes, but I know shoes are really, really popular. So we got My Funny asking on TikTok, how do you pack and send used board games on FBA? I mostly sell brand new board games, so I don't do anything. I don't polymail up, polybag them or anything. I just literally throw them. I just literally throw them in the box. So it's really simple with board games. If it's a used board game and, obviously the box could fall apart, just use some stretch wrap it, throw some tape on, throw a suffocation warning on it, and you should definitely be good to go. Regret not joining the Connecticut thrifting meetup. It was a lot of fun. Tools Cake Lady on Instagram is saying, I wish you would do a step-by-step on how to ship from Reseller list to Amazon. Everyone just stops at shipping. I did. You guys, go to rakeandprofit.com/workshop. If you're on Instagram, go to the link in the bio, go to the free workshop. If you're on YouTube, the link's down below. If you're on TikTok, it's in the bio. It's a free 5-day workshop that literally will walk you through everything from listing to shipping, everything. And guess what? At the end of it, it's not trying to sell you a $2,000 course. I do have a course. It's $400. It's all about selling books. If you guys want to get that after you go through it, do it. But I'm not hard pitching you or anything. If anyone wants more mentorship, I'm definitely here. But that 5-day workshop is enough for you guys to get started for free. So hopefully that helps. Here's a great question from Ali. Is Amazon FBA still profitable for new beginners? It definitely is, but it's all about sourcing. If you guys can find items at a good price and source items for a good price and flip them for a good price, then you're going to make some money. But the issue is a lot of people don't even set up their account. A lot of people don't learn how to use Amazon. They don't learn how to use Keepa. They don't understand the rank. They don't understand the difference between categories. They don't understand eScore. So what they do is they buy a bunch of junk. For example, booksellers will go and buy a whole bunch of books that have merchants starting at $5 and FBA's at 30 and the ranks are at 2.7 million. The eScore is at 2 and there's a suppressed buy box and there's a ton of competition and then the price drops and it's a price war and then they sell the items slowly with very little profit and they quit. It's because you don't understand Keepa. You don't understand the tools. You don't understand how the game is played. That's why I always recommend just start really, really slow. Learn how to sign up for an account, learn how to send in your first shipment, watch a ton of videos about how to analyze items. That's why I always tell you guys, go through my free 5-day workshop because I spend like an hour and a half breaking down how to analyze. In that video at the time, I've learned a lot more since then. So I feel like, who here, put a 1 in the comments, who here would like to come to my house and spend a whole day with me and do an updated version of how to start a book business, how to analyze, how to use all the tools? Because I've actually upgraded my process a crap ton. That would be super cool. Just like have one person do an updated video. That would be super dope. So I don't know. Stay posted because I might have to do an updated video. But the workshop's only like 7 months old. So it's still very updated. It's just I've grown so much in the last 7 months. So hopefully that helps, guys. On Instagram, Info Mood is asking, how do you get the stickers off book covers? Very difficult. Spray it with Goo Gone and get it off, or just use a Scotty peeler. Look that up on Amazon, Scotty peeler, or a heat gun. Need some books to start selling? Cool Like Water says on Instagram, thrift stores, library sales. Head over to a website called booksalefinder.com to find your first library sale. Even your local library, a lot of times mine, they give away free books. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. You guys want to hear a crazy story? My mom went to, she went to the library because she thought it was the book sale day at our local library, and it wasn't. It was closed. But they had some books that were free that they were giving away, and it was a bunch of textbooks and some random books. The textbooks weren't profitable, and she usually doesn't take like free books. She just leaves them for people. But there was one book, she scanned it. It was literally worth over $250. And guess what? She gave it to me. I did give her some money because she's like, I'm going to help you out. You got a lot of bills, Steven. She gave it to me. I give her tons of books, and she hooked me up as a surprise. And I was like, oh my God, you're the best mom ever. And it sold. It sold for, I think, $290, which is crazy. So go to your library sales or your local library. It's ridiculous. Will this video be available later on? If you go to my YouTube channel at Rake and Profit, you'll be able to watch the replay forever. Paul on Instagram saying, how do you identify products with large price differences between Amazon and eBay? So like I was saying before, there's a lot of ways. I have different softwares and different tools that I use. And I actually have a coaching program, which is closed right now. We have 10 people that are starting that on August 23rd for a month. So in probably about 5 weeks, I'm going to open that up for another 10 people. But I'll give you guys a little tip that I utilize. And I mentioned it earlier. Just literally go through your sales on Amazon and just reverse source them on eBay. It's easy as that. Say, for example, here's an item that I found for $5. This is selling for over $100 on Amazon. This is Super Scrabble. I've sold this before. I've actually sold this over $200 new. So what I would do is just go, this is used though. And I got this from a thrift store, but let's just say I sold this item for $250. use the 30% rule, right? So I'm going to go try to source this for maybe like 75 or 80 bucks on eBay. So I'll try to find it on eBay, brand new sealed for 75 or 80. You probably won't, maybe you will. A lot of times you have to message the buyers, make a best offer, try to negotiate a deal, or search the newly listed items, because really good deals will, disappear quickly, because there's people like myself and a ton of others who have virtual assistants who are literally on eBay and Facebook and Mercari sourcing all day long. But the key is to build up a massive list of items that you've sold before that you're confident you can sell again, and just reverse source them. Now, I do have softwares and lots of tricks up my sleeve that I'm not going to publicly share, only for my coaching students. But that right there is a great tip. Another tip is you can literally go to the eBay sold listings and start just building up a massive list of items within whatever category you want to resell in. Maybe it's electronics, and just start researching items that have sold for 60, 70, 80 bucks. And then go to eBay and just try to reverse source them. Get yourself some virtual assistants, have them do that for you. Check every single day. You can hire people for $2 to $3 to $4 an hour to do that. And I have a link in my description. I'll put this on YouTube right now. This is the website that I use to find all my virtual assistants in the Philippines. So I just dropped that in the comments. It's rakeandprofit.com/VA. rakeandprofit.com/VA. I use a website called onlinejobs.ph to hire virtual assistants in the Philippines for as little as $2 to $3 to $4 an hour, to be able to source, to be able to list, deal with my stranded inventory. They help me with repricing. They build out spreadsheets for me. They monitor sales. They do all different types of things for me, guys. It's absolutely crazy. So that's definitely been a big game changer. So you definitely want to check out that website if you're looking for a virtual assistant. So hopefully that helps, Paul. Stephanie's asking, what are your typical monthly storage fees? It's only like a couple pennies per item up until it hits the long-term storage threshold, which I don't even know what that is right now, because my items, once they get past 3 months, I blow them out. But I think I have like a couple hundred that were like over 6 months. And I think it starts to get to like 40 to 60 cents, sometimes like a couple bucks per month to keep them in the inventory. So that could really crush your margins. So you got to keep an eye out on your inventory age. If you're selling on Amazon, the easiest thing is just to go into your custom reports, filter your inventory based on inventory age, and it'll break down like how many of your items are in inventory from like 0 to 30 days, 30 to 60, 90 to 180, 180 to 365. And then you could just click into the various listings and change your prices, or you can get it shipped back to you or destroyed. Or you can set up a setting within your repricer, which I don't know how to do yet. That's going to be my next thing that I learn, is how to set up automated repricing rules based upon my inventory age, so I can just automate the process. So hopefully that helps. Let's see. CMN says Steve's workshop, free workshop, by the way, is ridiculously detailed, rare content for this platform. Yeah, a lot of people, it's crazy. Like they send me Instagram messages on TikTok, YouTube, like, how do I get started? Do you have a course? And I do, but I always send them to the free workshop just because I want to see you guys succeed. And like, if you can't go through a free workshop, there's no point in giving me $400 to join my program. Plus the workshop will give you everything you need to get started. Our course is really best for people who want to get to 3 to 5 to 10K a month. So hopefully that helps, but go check that out. What book ranking should I be looking for? I am confused on that. As a general rule of thumb, if you're a brand new seller and you're using the Amazon seller app only, I would try to stick with books that are less than like 1 to 2 million rank. Rank doesn't tell you the whole entire story. Rank is just a snapshot in time of how that item is doing. You could have a book that's ranked 100,000, but that's just because the book might have just sold. It could have been 2 million 20 minutes ago, but it sold, so it dropped down to 100,000. But if that book's traditionally a 2 million rank, it's going to jump back up fairly quickly because it doesn't sell very often. That's why I like to use Scout IQ, because Scout IQ will share with you the e-score, which is going to tell you how many times that book has had a sale at least once per day over a 6-month period. And that's why I like to use Seller Amp as well, because that'll break down how many sales it's had over the last 30 days. which is great. Plus SellerAmp has a quick view of Keepa. So does Scout IQ, which will share with you the buy box price. And you can even break down like how many sellers there are. Are there more sellers, less sellers? Pay attention to the merchant versus the FBA price as well. That's really important. Probably one of the biggest mistakes that resellers make selling books is they buy a crap load of books that are profitable FBA, but the merchant price is so much lower. They're selling these books with such a high prime bump. If they're not really fast sellers, the FBA price is going to slowly decrease. And there's going to be a race down to the bottom to match the merchant price. So just make sure, like, I don't like buying books that are like, I don't know, 1 million rank and FBA's at 40. You could buy it for $3, but there's 52 sellers starting at $5.50. So it doesn't mean you can't get the FBA price, but there's a good chance if it's not a fast seller and the merchants are like 95% less, that there's going to be a race to the bottom if a lot of sellers come in. So what do you like about the Natamoo? Is there any other scanners you'd recommend? I always just promote the Natamoo because that's what I use. If you go to rakeandprofit.scanner.com/scanner, you can check out the Natamoo because it's hard to it's hard to pronounce. rakeandprofit.com/scanner. That's what I use. But a lot of people use that scanner called, what is it, like the eYoYo or whatever. I don't think it really matters, guys. Just get a scanner. You don't have to get, the scanner that I recommend. They're all pretty much the same. What do you do with unsold items? Letty Confetti is asking on TikTok. Well, it depends. With books, a lot of times I'll let them sit for 6 to 8 to 9 to 10 or 11 months if they're really profitable. After that, if it's just not selling, I have had books sit for over a year, sometimes a year and a half if, the profits are so high and it doesn't sell that often. But for the most part, if it gets past 6 to 9 to 10 months, I'll try to blow it out. Like I said, lower the price. If it still doesn't sell, I'll just get it destroyed or shipped back to me. A lot of times I'll just get it destroyed because I'm like, whatever, I'll take the L, which is fine. You could lose 20% of the time and still be a very profitable business. But I try to learn from my mistakes and figure out, why did this not sell? Oh, maybe there was no data on it. Oh, maybe there's a suppressed buy box. Maybe there's not a big demand for this item. Oh, I didn't check the Keepa chart. Or maybe it's listed under like the wrong listing or there's something wrong. So I like to try to learn from my mistakes. But yeah, you can pay. I heard that rumor on the street is the price to destroy your item or have it shipped back to you is going to go up significantly, like 500% or something. Someone was telling me at the Connecticut thrifting meetup. Has anyone else heard this? Because right now, isn't it like 30 cents or so to get it like destroyed or shipped back to you? And I heard it's going to go up to $1, which would really suck. That would actually cause me to be a lot more careful taking chances on certain items. Let me know if anyone's heard about that. Vicky Waller, South Dakota in the house. Kitsune 2 or 20,000 is saying, if a book set is new but has a rip in the plastic wrap, what condition is that? Well, do you guys want my honest opinion or my politically correct opinion or my off the air opinion? No, seriously, I would say if it has a rip, you're not supposed to sell it as new, because to sell something as new on Amazon, it's supposed to be like brand new, like what it looks like, on the shelf. So, you could put a little piece of tape over it, and I've done it in the past and I've never had any issues. Could you get in trouble doing this? Maybe. Would you? Probably not. You could get a return or get an issue. A lot of times if something's damaged and a customer complains, you can just blame it on Amazon FBA. I'm not saying you should do that or it's ethical, but a lot of times Amazon FBA does damage your items. So I probably would just sell it as used. I think that's the best answer I want to give publicly. You want to protect your Amazon account, guys. Amazon's picky about their rules. They have certain conditions. So read the terms of service. So officially, you're supposed to sell that as used. If you want to try to put a sticker on it, I'm not telling you what to do, but you got to take things in your own hands and make decisions based on your risk tolerance. I have 2 people selling a book as used, but there's no new listed. I don't want to have An IP complaint. What should I do? Take a look on Keepa and take a look at the number of sellers. So you can scroll down to the bottom on Keepa to see how many sellers have historically even been on a listing or how many people are on it right now. And if say there's like 7 sellers and then it drops to like 6 and then slowly drops to 5 and like slowly drops to 4 and then slowly drops to 2, those are just natural sales that are coming through. I would look over like a year or 2 period. But if you see like these sweep outs come about where there's like 10 sellers and then boom, it just drops to 1. And then it's like 10, 9, 8, 1. Like what's happening is that brand is probably coming through and doing some type of IP complaint sweep where they're kicking all the listings off, the sellers off the listings. So I would look for that. If you don't see any issues within Keepa and you don't see any massive drops, also look to see if the brand is selling. If the brand's on it, then I would just stay away from it. Because I got an IP complaint like a month ago because I didn't know that. And I was an idiot because the brand was on it and I just didn't pay attention. So that was my fault. We got Kayla coming in with a $1.99 super chat on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, Raking, curious to see where you're at with reselling and what are some of your bigger goals? Well, right now, I'm doing between everything, with like Facebook and eBay and everything. I'm over $30,000 in sales in the last 30 days. Most of that's from Amazon. I've done 29,000 in the last 30 days with Amazon. Profit margins are honestly probably close to 40% right now. They're super high with eBay to Amazon flips. I always say like 30 to 35 because I want to be conservative, but the business is really growing rapidly. And for me right now, I want to probably eventually move into wholesale. I know I've said that before, but I would actually probably want to move in buying directly from distributors versus having to build relationships with brands and stuff. I'd rather just have my money working for me. So long-term wholesale, take my profits and continue putting them into real estate. Right now I have 3 properties under my belt. 2 are multifamily, 2 family properties, which are freaking cash cows. It's phenomenal. Those should be both paid off within hopefully 12 years or so. I'm making extra payments because I just want to own properties free and clear just to have that income there to not have to worry. I know a lot of people say, don't do that. Just keep moving into more and more properties. But for me, I'm a bit more conservative and just keep growing the YouTube channel, the affiliate marketing, keep, creating programs, helping people, tons of free content. So that's really the goal right now. Use my e-commerce businesses to generate revenue, move it into real estate, and then keep generating revenue with my personal brand and different things like that. Amanda says, I'm hoping to make 2K from reselling books. I'm a single mom and was wondering how fast do you think I can do this? And if you have any tips. So if you want to start actually paying yourself $2,000 profit, you're probably looking at like a good 6 months. If you really go hard with it, because you got to understand in the beginning, you're going to be spending a lot of your money to build up your inventory, right? So you're going to be reinvesting back into inventory. You've got to buy tools. You're going to have subscriptions. Obviously there's gas money driving around. And then you've got to wait for Amazon to pay you out every 2 weeks. So it's really, I could say 3 to 6 months, depending on how crazy you go. I have had students that within 3 months, they're making, a couple $1,000s and actually able to pay themselves. The great thing about thrifting is you can pay yourself a lot quicker versus what I'm doing with online arbitrage because everything's so expensive to purchase. My cost of goods and overhead is much higher, having a team, virtual assistants, cost of goods, so on and so forth. But I would say probably 3 to 6 months, but you're going to have to work your butt off and find creative ways to source inventory. All right. So let me go on an Instagram and see what questions we have. All right, let me scroll down to the bottom over here. Having a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for all the great questions. Okay, so I don't see anything coming through on Instagram. You guys can keep asking. Ian Power, what's going on? If you have an old eBay store, 2014 has 20 reviews, one of them being a 1-star. It used to get consistent sales and now no views or sales. Should I start a new store or focus on improving first one? Honestly, this is an issue that a lot of people are having. I don't think it's the 1-star. And I just made a video about this yesterday because this is what pisses me off about eBay. eBay is like, I don't know if the system is broken and I'll explain why, But it seems like it's either one of two things. Either the system is broken, which I'll talk about in a second, or two, eBay just loves to punish sellers for not listing, or for sellers who ship a little bit late, or like they make a little boo-boo, right? They have make a little mistake. And it's like, you guys, my sales are so consistent on Amazon right now. And I'm not telling you guys Amazon's better, even though I think it is, but that's just, one man's opinion. But it's like when I used to be full-time on eBay, I would bust my butt on eBay and I would grind and list high quality items, and like sales would be steady, 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 and then just drop off a cliff for days or weeks at a time. And I'm like, what the freaking heck are you doing, eBay? Are you like shadow banning me? Are you punishing me? Are you upset I'm not listing every single day? I'm sorry, eBay, that I have a life. And, it's like eBay's always playing these weird little games, right? That's the thing that just really annoys me with eBay. I don't deal with that on Amazon. Are there days where things are a little slower? Yes, because of the economy or just inflation or things happen, right? You have an off day here or there. Like that's normal with all platforms. But eBay is just always playing these little freaking games. It's just like, come on, guys. Like we're listing on your platform because we're trying to make a living. Like, stop shadow banning me. Stop playing these little games. Every single seller I talk to, it's a freaking circus act over there. And I'm not saying eBay is a bad place to sell, because there's a lot of items you could sell on eBay that you can't sell on Amazon. And eBay, I still love eBay, but that was the thing that annoyed me most. So this question really hits me in a weird spot, because it's like, I don't know how to answer that. I wouldn't say you need to start a new store, but you're going to have to start rubbing eBay's back. Because if you're not rubbing eBay's back, you've got to get lotion, you got to rub the shoulders, you got to get the lower back, go a little lower. I mean, you got to give eBay a happy ending to make them happy. Because if you don't, I'll tell you right now, they will freaking, I don't know. How did I go there? How did I go to anyways, guys, that's my thoughts. But in terms of the system being broken, what I love about Amazon is everything is under one listing. So for example, back to this item. If I wanted to sell this on eBay, I have to take all my own pictures. I'd have to create my own listing. I would have to, create all the item specifics, all the descriptions, and then hope that eBay really liked the happy ending. So then, they're going to send me some traffic, right? Now there's advantages to listing on eBay because you can really differentiate yourself. Whereas with Amazon, everything's under one listing. But it's like, I like Amazon because all the traffic is funneled towards one listing and then they rotate the buy box. Whereas eBay, you just got to hope that they show your item. Because I've had items that are super fast sellers. I mean, they should be gone like that. And it's like, they're just hiding my listing. The massage wasn't good enough. I think I need a massage. eBay does that always. I can't take time off. Like everybody's saying this, guys. I'm not crazy. I'm not the smartest eBay seller in the world because I'm not like doing it full time anymore. So don't listen to me. Just, go out and experiment with things with eBay, but it is what it is. Search suppressed. Go. If you don't list daily on eBay, you don't get consistent sales. Exactly. You've got to rub their back, guys. Gia, what do you want to get coached on? If you want to learn about Amazon, I have a free workshop, rakeandprofit.com/workshop. That's your best option. Pedro says, I'm 17 years old, live in New York City, and where I go source for books for 40 cents and after failing and learning. I'm not sure what that question is. Oh, okay. So you're getting them for 40 cents and after 1 month, you're at 3,000 in sales. That's awesome. That's great. That's good news. Keep scaling. Keep buying more. Yep. Bonnie Mall is saying, yep, I'm on eBay and that's what they're doing. Yeah. eBay is just, I don't know what is going on with eBay, guys. It's a weird, weird place over there. It's like going to your grandparents' house, right? We all love our grandparents, but nothing ever changes. It's just like everything's so old and outdated on eBay. Like they always try to like be new and cool and current, but they just can't. What is a good rank for board games? Under 200,000 is really good. Under 100,000 is hot selling. I like to go up to like 300,000 to 400,000 with board games. Once you get over that, it starts becoming a bit slower. What's up, Sourcing Treasures? I don't really use coupon sites because I'm doing eBay to Amazon or Facebook to Amazon or Mercari. I use the two things that I use to save money. Well, three things I use to save money sourcing on eBay to Amazon. Number one is a good cashback credit card. Right now, I'm using the Capital One Spark, which saves me 2%. I'm also tax exempt on eBay since I am a reseller. That's a great process to go through. So that's saving me 6.35%. So I'm already up to 6.7. I'm up to 8.35. And then I use Be Frugal or Rakuten, which saves another 1 to 2%. So overall, I'm saving about 10% using those three things. And Be Frugal will like search the internet and help you apply coupons and stuff like that. Can I list books I get at thrift stores as new on Amazon? You can. I don't really recommend it publicly because some people will look at that as unethical. And I guess it could be unethical because, it's not technically new, right? But there's plenty of books that look pristine, brand new. You could sell it as new, but if they ever asked you for an invoice, you could get in trouble. So really that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you to do it. I'm not going to tell you it's ethical. You're going to have to make that decision, guys. And that's the thing about business. I can share with you my thoughts, but you at the end of the day have to do what you think is best and what you're willing to risk. Isaac on Instagram is saying, I bought a bunch of profitable books, and when I scan it with the Amazon seller app, it says requires approval. Then I request approval and it goes through. Do I have to do that for every book? Unfortunately, they started doing that like a year ago, Isaac, where they're making you get approved for all the books. There's a glitch going on right now. It's been going on for like 8 months. Like, Amazon, come on. Are you trying to be eBay? Fix the glitch. But if you try to get approved on the app, it'll say approved, but it actually won't approve you. So you have to go into Amazon Seller Central, add the product, get approved on your desktop, and then it will go through. Yeah, we all love eBay though. eBay's like, we're talking trash, but then we're like hanging out with eBay every single day. It's frustrating, right? Because we work so hard and sometimes it's just a little discouraging. So we still love you, eBay, but come on now. What up, Josh? Thank you for the $1.49 super sticker. Appreciate that. Much love. I have sold furniture. Matter of fact, this isn't furniture, but check out what I purchased. I'm going to show everyone on on YouTube what I purchased. Look at that. Don't look at my balding head, guys. Let me move that. You see that? That is a rowing machine. It's not furniture, but it's big. And I picked that up for 25 bucks. I just posted a video on TikTok I think I posted on Instagram. Probably sell that for 150 if I don't decide to keep it myself. Oh, here's a great question. Let me take a sip of coffee. Stacy is saying, I have almost 700 books listed, but not making much profit. What's a good inventory number to aim for? If you're not making much profit, you have to fix that first, because just having a big inventory and having numbers that you can show off on social media isn't going to pay your bills. I'm not calling you out, Stacy. I'm just saying in general for everybody, you always want to make sure you're focusing on profit first. Don't just buy items because they're profitable. Make sure it's a good enough profit and worth your time. An exercise I always have my coaching students do, and just people I talk to, is you want to break down what's your hourly rate. So, write down on a piece of paper how long it takes you to do everything and how much money you're making, and try to reverse engineer what you're making per hour. If it only comes out to $10 an hour or $12 an hour, you're not even able to pay yourself, then you're going to have to change things, right? That's why I'm doing the eBay to Amazon flips now. And, down the road, I'll probably do wholesale. And that's why I love thrift stores, because the margins are so high, but there's so many items you can buy from thrift stores where you only make $1 or $2 profit, and it's a 7E score and a 1.8 million rank. It's just not worth it. Or again, the biggest problem I'm seeing people deal with is they have a huge inventory of items that aren't selling, or they only make a little bit of profit. And it's because they're buying items with too low a profit, or it's because they're buying items where FBA is at 25, but the merchants are down at 7. And then it's just a race to the bottom. I try to stay away from those books unless it's a really fast seller. Because again, if more sellers come in FBA, they're going to slowly undercut each other to get down to that merchant price. So like the merchant price is like the foundation of a house. It's like the base level. It can't really go lower than that. So if the merchant prices are dropping or they're really low and FBA is way higher, like I like to see like a 20 to a 50% prime bump, depending on the item and depending on the sales velocity of the item. But really, like what I love to see most is like that $35 book FBA, the merchants are at 32, 33, right? Drop a 1 in the comments if you guys know what I'm talking about. You want the merchant foundation to be really close to FBA because that keeps you safe. I could give two damns about there being a huge prime jump. I mean, it's nice, but what is Keepa showing and where's that foundation at? Because if that $35 FBA offer, lowest offer, is being compared to the $6 merchant price, there's just a lot of room for that price to drop. And I'm curious, the person that I think Vicky or whoever I'm answering the question for, I'm curious if you're just listening to Scout IQ, because Scout IQ will tell you to buy all types of books that have a huge gap. And I just got burned so many times doing that. So that's why you always want to take a look at the merchant pricing and just make sure that you're not falling for that mistake too often. ACDC Monkeys. I just picked up 2 brand new Cranium games from FBA, 250K rank, about 40 profit. Yeah, those are going to flip well. I flipped a ton of those. I source a lot of the Cranium games off of eBay to Amazon. Kyra says, I'm on my first FBA shipment and a few items are coming up out of stock. Is this a glitch or how do I fix this? What do you mean by out of stock? Like, did you ship them in? Or are you waiting to ship them in? Because if it's saying active, but it's at 0 stock, that means the inventory is moving around the different fulfillment centers. And if it's saying out of stock and you haven't shipped it in yet, then maybe you're the only person that's going to be on the listing. Kayla, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. If you owned a thrift store, would you sell books online? I'm torn, but trying to retire my parents. I own one and I want to earn more. Yeah, 100%. What I would do is I would get Scout IQ, get yourself a Bluetooth scanner, and I would just scan all the books when they come in. Any book that's going to make less than like $5 profit or is a slow seller, I would just leave it in the thrift store. Anything that, you know, has like an e-score of like, I don't know, 10 plus and at least $5 profit, I would ship them all into Amazon FBA because you're going to make more money. Plus, books take up a lot of space. So I would 100%, if I owned a thrift store, shipping all the good stuff and then try to figure out what people want locally and just sell them off for like $1 each. I think, I don't know. I don't own a thrift store. I don't know too much about that, but that's probably where I'd start. Lang Dune on YouTube is asking, what is the average profit per book? Not a special one that we should be aiming for. You know, I would say $5 profit. That's what I like. What I'd really keep in mind is where's the merchant price versus the FBA price. If the merchants are down at 11 and FBA's at 30 and it's only a $5 profit, it makes me a bit nervous because that book could really drop in price, you know, much faster. Now, if you're only getting books for 50 cents or $1, take a risk. But like at Savers now, they're raising the book prices up to like $3.99, $4.99. So it's like, I don't want to spend $5 to make $5 when there's like a massive gap between the merchants and FBA. I'm getting a bit pickier. Maybe I'm just getting a little, you know, spoiled with the eBay to Amazon flips. But that's probably the baseline. You know, I do pick up books from thrift stores where I only make $2 or $3 because it's like a 9,000 rank and the merchants are at 11 and FBA's at 13. I'm like, I know I'll just be able to flip this super quick. I won't be able to pay $4 for it, but like $1 at Goodwill, I'll do that all day long. But definitely keep that in mind. Do you buy bigger ticket items? The things that I like to flip are like bicycles and sporting equipment. I'm into that type of stuff. Workout equipment, weights, dumbbells, bicycles. I don't really mess with like cars or motorcycles. I really don't have a lot of knowledge on that at all. Anais is asking, what do you do with FBM returns? I don't sell as a merchant. I sell FBA. But the process we have right now, and I know this needs to be improved, is if an item gets returned, then we pull it out of our inventory and have it shipped back just because I don't trust Amazon to inspect the item. And I don't want to get stuck in a cycle of ongoing returns with the same item because I sell a lot of new stuff. So what if the person opens it up and it's used and then Amazon doesn't correctly inspect it? Now the next person's going to buy it because they're just going to put it back in my inventory if it passes inspection, and then they're going to return it. And then my metrics are going to just get, you know, beat up. So right now I'm having it shipped back to me. I don't know if any of you guys have a better system, but feel free to share in the comments. With like used books and stuff, just have it put back in your inventory. It's not a big deal. Sourcing Treasures says we absolutely love eBay. Man, I'm struggling to sell books there though. They're way too cheap. Have a couple of college science ones, but discouraged with margins. Yeah, books are going to sell way better on Amazon FBA. I mean, that's why I source from eBay to Amazon a lot of books. There's just one book that I source all the time. It sells on Amazon for literally over 200. I think last time it sold for like 279, and there's only a couple sellers on Amazon. And right when I list it, it sells instantly. And I typically source it on eBay for about 70 to 80 bucks. So it is a bit higher ticket, but these items don't sell for as much on Amazon. This book will just sit on eBay. Excuse me, doesn't sell for as much on eBay. And this book just sits on eBay. And there's tons of DVDs, books, board games, electronics, household items that follow that same pattern on eBay. So it's just a different market, you know? All right. Waiting to ship. So I'm not sure why it says out of stock. I've never really had that before, but you could be the only seller. Babe, bring Vinny, the toy guy, on again. I'm trying to. He was at the Connecticut thrifting meetup. What's up, Greystone? Hello, Steve. I'm a fan. Keep up the hustle, my dude. Appreciate you. Much love. Thank you. Thank you. PH Toph X, can you explain how we get restricted books out of jail? The desktop, as you mentioned earlier, just go into inventory, add a product, and you have to click the button that says like list this item or get ungated. I forget what it says. Let me see if I can check it right now if my Amazon account is up. So you go to inventory. Hold on. This might have logged me out. Oh, no, it didn't. Yeah, you go to, no, hold on. Where is this? Oh, you go to catalog, you go to add product, and then you put it in. So I'm going to just type in like math book. Then you have to click to the right-hand side where it says sell this item and get ungated. So that's the process right there. 1, 2, 3. No, we don't cover OA in the course or the free workshop. All right, guys, I'm going to get rolling because I'm on this for an hour and 10 minutes and I'm already starting to lose my voice. So I am going to get headed out right now, but I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to learn more about how to sell on Amazon, check out the free workshop down below. If you're on IG or TikTok, check the links above, free workshop, all the tools and supplies that I use, how to list books, how to ship books, just go through that. If anyone wants a one-on-one coaching session with me, you can book that. I have a special little sale on that right now. So you can check that out in the link in the bio if you want to work one-on-one with me. I'm only accepting a couple of people right now because I am a bit limited on time. So you can check that out. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys all hanging out on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Appreciate you guys. And I know there's a lot of questions coming in, so I'm going to try to do these at least once a week. And with that being said, much love, and we'll see you in the next